Adam and Eve were perfectly happy and content in the Garden of Eden, which was itself a contradiction of the claim of Satan that obeying God was oppressive, and he set about to cause their fall and bring them under his power. The lies that were said to Eve and then repeated to Adam have been repeated over the millennia since and caused millions of people to have a false picture about the character of God. Lying at the core of the great controversy between good and evil is the question about who God is and what his character is. Employing the medium of a snake, Satan seduced Eve with the words, "Has God said that in the day you eat of this tree, you will die?" It is never safe to argue or debate with Satan, and Eve should have immediately ran, but she repeated God's words, to which Satan responded, "You shall not surely die, but in the day that you eat, you shall be like gods, knowing both good and evil." Part of this claim was true. After they ate, they did know both good and evil. But the lie that they would not surely die has formed the bedrock to Satan's deceptions and taken various guises throughout time. Those who live right are said to go immediately to paradise, while the wicked, instead of living forever, are tormented forever. This lie has turned countless people away from God. Rational people are left to ask, if God is a God of love, how can he burn and torment people forever? When this ghastly doctrine has been preached from Christian pulpits, with some preachers even claiming that God enjoys the suffering of the wicked, it distorts the picture of God into something that he is not. Ezekiel 33 verse 11 clearly states that God has no pleasure in the death of the wicked. Therefore, turn from your evil ways and live. Another deception is the complete opposite of the above. God won't torment or destroy you because he's too loving, and thus the conclusion is that all of humanity will be saved. Again, Bible texts are misconstrued and pulled out of context, with the result being that the character of God and the relationship between his justice and mercy is distorted. The Bible clearly teaches that when the living die, they rest in the grave and await for the resurrection. All the teachings about the eternal torment of the wicked and the immediate eternity for the righteous completely minimize the major teaching of the New Testament, the resurrection of Jesus, and how this foreshadows the resurrection at his coming. When people die, they go to the grave and rest. The Bible likens death to a sleep, and according to Psalms, it says in the grave there is no understanding. And even those like righteous King David, according to Acts 2 verse 34, have not yet ascended to the heavens. One day, everyone who has died will be resurrected, and they will come up in one of two resurrections, either the resurrection of life or the resurrection of death. And these two events are separated by the 1,000 years spoken of in Revelation chapter 20. Before the resurrection, though, there is a judgment to decide who will get to go to heaven. If the righteous are already in heaven or the wicked are already in hell, then what's the point of the future judgment? All Bible truths must correlate and support each other. When each one is run to its logical conclusion, they have to make sense. They cannot contradict each other. Death, the resurrection, the second coming, and the judgment, all of these must build a complete system of truth. When the Bible is explained as a whole, it paints a picture of how loving and fair God is. There is no denying that death is sad from the Garden of Eden until today. But we look forward to the day when we can say, "O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory?" May we find freedom in truly understanding God's word and not being deceived by the lies of Satan.